So hello everyone, welcome back, and this is your class number 7. You might have already learned a lot of things, you might have already edited your first video, but today's class is going to be very important because there are two things which you should be and you would be learning in this class, which will be a game changer for most of you. Because we'll be discussing about two things. The first one is effect controls, through which you can change the position, through which you can change the scale, through which you can rotate the image, you can also do some animations with that. And the second thing, keyframes. Chalo, let's get started with the class, let's go. My name is Tarun. Video editing has changed my life, and it can change yours too. You know, Tarun speaks quality, quantity. So I just want to start this entire class by opening the Premiere Pro interface. Okay? So let's get into it. The first things first, what do we have here? Okay? I just opened the Premiere Pro interface with the first video that we already edited. Right? So here we have, okay, on the top left corner, we have 4 panels. We have source, then we have effect controls, then we have audio clip mixer, then we have metadata. If you don't find all of this, what you should do, you should just simply go to Windows, you go to workspaces, and then you go to editing wala panel, just click on it. Okay, if you still don't get it, Windows, workspace, reset to save layout, and you'll be able to get this panel, right, in the topmost left corner top. Okay, either what you exactly see is you see source. Okay, you don't go there. Then you see the next one is effect controls. Okay, just click on the effect controls. You'll be getting this small pop-up saying no clip found. Why did this happen? This happened because we did not select any of the clip yet. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to move the cursor to any of the clip. Maybe this one. Just clicking on it, and then you'll be able to see the magic. The magic is you'll be able to see 3 major columns. The first one is motion, then we have opacity, then we have time remapping. Okay, so I'll go to the first one, motion, and you'll be able to see these. You drop down on it, you see all these things. Okay, so here we have the position, here we have the scale, then we have scale width, basically a uniform scale wala thing. You'll be having rotation, you'll be having anchor point, you'll be having anti-flicker point. Okay, we'll not be discussing about anti-flicker point in this class because that's thoda sa complex. Let's just start with the basics. Okay, so first things first, what do you have? You have the position. Okay, what is this position for? Kiska position hai ye? Simple. What is the thing that you selected? You selected this footage, right? So this position that you see is the position of this one. But ye to square hai, right? This is a rectangle. How can a rectangle have a position, right? So basically this point, that 960 into 480 is like the center point for the rectangle. Okay, got it. So now you can say, Tarun, what if I have a hyperbola? Hyperbola to nahi hota, but what if I have like a ellipse or something like that? Okay, for any of the surface, for any of the structure, for any of the PNG, okay, PNGs also have like transparent backgrounds. They can be of complex shapes. So basically this would be the center point of any surface. Now again, coming to the basics of this entire position and all of these things. Okay, so once you click on this, you'll be having this point over here which is visible. So this 960 into 480 is the position of this thing. 960 is the x-axis, y-axis is 480, right? And why do you have 960 into 480 here? It's because we have horizontal length of this footage to be how much? How much? 960 ka double kitna hai? 1920, right? Now, before we actually move into the next part, let's actually discuss something more about the, aspect ratio, scaling, resolution, pixels of this, okay? So now, for us, what do you see? You have this image over here, right? This is the image. This is the video that you see, okay? Once I selected here. So what do is I go to sequence, I select it over there, then I go to sequence settings. So you'll have this, small pop-up, and here you'll have the frame size. The frame size is 1920 in x-axis and 960 in vertical axis. Okay, basically I just edit in 2:1. Maybe you might be still editing in 1920:1080. Okay, if you're editing in that, you can just come here and change it to 1080, and you'll be able to see that one more pop-up. You click OK, and you'll be having this change. Okay, now let me just undo everything. Okay, Control C. Okay, and then let me again go back to sequence. Sequence पे click कर दिया. You have the frame size to be 1920:960. So what is the exact half of 1920? Right? It's 960. So that's why you have the center point, the position of this file, this footage to be 960 in the x-axis, x-coordinate direction. And then you have 960 ka half kitna hota hai? 480. So that's where the center point, okay? It's not exactly the center point, it's called an anchor point or whatever it is. We'll discuss about it later. But abhi ke liye just consider it like a center point, okay? So this is the frame. This is the frame. Now imagine I'm moving this position towards right. I'm clicking on it and I'll move it to right. Okay, what do you see? It's also moving to right. Now let me again click on it and move it to left. It's moving to left, right? Now let me just click here, okay, and write 100. Okay. Now that point actually moved to 100 wala point. Okay. Now let me actually click here and click 2000, right? And it moved to the right. So basically as you move it right, it moves right. As you move it left, it moves left. Okay. So let me get back into the center, which is 960. Okay. Center pe aa gaya. It came to the center. Now let's play with the y-axis wala thing. Okay. I'm just moving it to right and you see it goes down, right? I'm just moving it to left, it goes up. Okay. If I just click on it and click 1000, okay, let's see what exactly happens. Okay. 1000, I click on enter, it went down. Okay. I again click on it and click on 10, it goes upper. Okay. So basically this is how you can, let me again get it back to the center, which is 480 or something, I guess. Yeah, 480. It came to the center. Okay. So this is about the position, right? Now let's go to the next thing, which is scale. Okay. This scale is basically in percentages. Got it? The first was in pixels. Position was in pixels. You move it left, it moves left. You move it right, it moves right. You move it to the top, it moves top. You move it to the center. Okay. Whatever you want to do with the position, you do it. Okay. Next we have scale. Okay. Basically scale is in terms of percentages. Got it? So imagine I get this to 0. Okay. If the scale of the image, scale is also nothing but the size. Okay. If I put it 0, what happens? Obviously it gets 0. You'll become a dot, right? And now imagine if I click on scale and if I increase it to 200, okay, it just expands the size into 200. Okay. So basically the scale is in terms of percentages and the position was in terms of pixels, right? So let me again get it back to normal, 100. Okay. You either can click on this and change the shape, size of it to 50%, 200%, 300%, whatever you want, right? In a similar way, you can just click on this, hold it and move it right to increase the size. You can move it left to decrease the size, right? So that's one good thing about this thing. I mean, you might have already experimented with this. Some of you have already started with, video editing बहुत ज़्यादा early. So I guess you already know about this. But if you are coming to this effect controls wala panel for the first time, you should look at this. Okay, I'm going very, very slow in every single class because I know a lot of you people are watching this class for the first time, learning video editing for the first time, so I'm going very, very slow. Okay, and then we have something called uniform scale clicked, right? Okay, so what does this uniform scale mean? Simple. Uniform, what is it? It's the name says it. Uniform, non-uniform, right? If it's uniform, then okay, if I click on scale, it expands same in X direction and also in Y direction, right? When this uniform scale is clicked. But मान लो I deselected, okay? Then I can actually play with the height and length separately, okay? I'll just expand height. You see what's happening? Tarun is expanding in vertical direction. If you want to stretch someone, okay? Let me just get it back to 0 again. I mean 100 again, which is normal, 100% normal, okay? Let me just, you want to make Tarun fat, okay? What do? You'll just make it 300. Okay? It looks thoda sa ajeeb, it looks thoda sa bad, but yeah, this is how you do it. Okay? Some of these people, okay, some of people who edit movies, some of the people who who kind of edit short films and all, they also try to play with this uniform scale a bit, because not everyone looks decent, right? Some people will have thinner faces, some people have thoda sa expanded faces. So what they actually do is, if you want to make my face thoda sa thinner, what do? You just come here and make it like 95%. So some people want themselves to be portrayed a bit thinner. Okay, that's how you do it. Don't play with it बहुत ज़्यादा. If you just get it to 50% or something, then it looks weird, right? So just get it to like 97%, 96%. If you just want to make some minor adjustments in the face and all of those things. Okay, let me again just get it back to 0, which is 100. Okay, now let me go to the next thing, which is rotation. Okay, I just clicked on rotation. And this rotation is in degrees. See, I'm also mentioning the units here because if you are a science student, units and dimensions are very, very important. So first one is in pixels. pixels, not pixels. Okay, the second one is in scale, which is in percentages, 0%, 10%, 100%, 200%. And then we have the third thing, which is in degrees, right? So you rotate this, maybe like 30 degrees. Okay, you see the small dot over here, it represents degrees, right? It rotates by 30 degrees angle. Okay, you keep it to minus 650, it rotates by minus 50. Okay, we just wanted to go to 0, it comes to 0. Okay, now we have something interesting, which is the anchor point. What is that? Anchor point, right? What does this anchor point mean? So you see this blue dot over here in the center, that is the anchor point in this situation. So what is this anchor point? Basically, this anchor point is nothing but a reference point. What is it? It is a reference point. Okay, reference point for what? Reference point for transformations. So basically, whatever the movements that you want to do, basically whatever the scale sizes, size and everything, rotations that you want to do, position, or you want to change the position. So basically, this anchor point is the reference point for any of the transformations that you do. Okay, even if you want to make some minor adjustments, okay, in terms of, for example, we were playing with scale, height, width, and all of these things. So this anchor point will be a reference point for all the transformations. Okay, what is transformation? Transformation is nothing but, for example, imagine you are playing with the scale, size, position, all of this. So all these things are under the transformation section. Okay, now this anchor point acts like a reference point for all of those transformations. Okay, very, very clear. Got it? So imagine I click, this anchor point in the center of this position, center of this point, center of this entire image is same in this case. But imagine I change it to here. See, I change it to, I move it right. So the anchor point also moves right. That's why the image is moving to left. You understand? Let me just get back it to 960. Okay, thoda sa complex hai, not just normal one. Okay, if you move the anchor point towards right, if you're moving the anchor point towards right, it just means that this point will be moving right towards the right. It moves toward the right. I'm just moving it to right. You see, this point was initially here, but then it came here, right? It's still at the center, okay, but the background is moving left. You understood? Which means the anchor point is moving right. Okay. For example, initially it was at 960, okay, which is center, which is just on the left side of my lip. Okay. Now imagine if I move this anchor point towards right, this anchor point will come to the right part of my lip. Okay, I'll just show it. See, basically that point stayed there, but the background, which is my image, went left, right? Which exactly means that the anchor point has moved right on the face. Samajh kya? If I move it more right, it will be here. So now what exactly happens is, now say this is the magic. I click on uniform scale again. If I change the scale to 50, you see what's happening? The reference point of this entire transformation remains same. It was at the same damn place. But the entire image expanded or contracted, keeping the reference point same. Samajh kya? So if I move the anchor point to this point, right? So what exactly happens is that point will remain there itself, right? But the entire transformation will happen keeping this point constant. Samajh kya? So for example, if I increase the scale, that point will be constant, right? If I increase the scale, that point, if I decrease the scale also, that point will be constant. So that's why I was saying that the anchor point is the reference point for any of the transformation. So that point will remain same, but the entire other image will keep changing. Okay? So that was entirely about position, scale, rotation, and anchor point in the effect control panel. Okay? You do this, you use this because you want to change the position of it. You use this because you want to, expand and compress some image. You also use this to rotate something. Okay? And you use the anchor point to keep the center or keep any of the point in the image at the constant place, and then you can do the scale position based upon the position of the anchor point. Okay? So now once this is done, let's get to the next thing. But this looks weird, right? So how do I just want the initial image to happen, like I don't want this. Now you see this is like a deflected thing, right? Let's get it back to normal. Okay? You don't need to manually go here and recorrect it. You see this symbol over here, which is reset parameter. You just click on it and it just resets to back to normal. Now let me go to scale, reset parameter. Let me go to rotation, reset parameter. Let me go to anchor point, reset parameter. Back. समझ गया? Got it? Now let's move to the next one, which is opacity. ठीक है? So in opacity we have these three things. We'll not be discussing about all of these things. Let's just go basic वाला stuff. So for me to explain you this entire opacity and all, let me just get one thing here, ठीक है? Which is, let me drag this text background towards here. ठीक है? Initially this was it. Let me just put the text background on the top of it. ठीक है? So you have this thing over here, correct? So if you just expand it again, थोड़ा सा expand कर लूँगा इधर, right? And I got it here. ठीक है? Now you look at this. We have our image in the background and text background over here, correct? So what I'll do is I'll come to this opacity wala section, change its opacity to 50. Again, opacity is in percentages. ठीक है? 50. क्या हुआ? So basically you can see a nice, 50% wala opacity. So there are basically three type of objects, right? Transparent, opaque, translucent. So this opaque background has become translucent, right? If you're new to science, if you're already a science student, you can follow this, but yeah. So basically, if I decrease this again, the opacity will decrease. If I increase this, the opacity will increase, okay? So that's one more thing. And that is it. We'll not talk about blend modes right now. We'll discuss about it later. Let it just be like a normal thing, okay? So this was entirely about the effect control panel. Okay. You can use this entire effect controls for text. You can also use this effect control panel for normal B-rolls. You can also use this effect control panels for normal videos. You can use this for, any of the thing which you can visually see, right? But imagine you have something like an audio. Okay. This is the audio file, right? I'm just going here. Okay. This is the audio file. Once you click on audio wala thing, you'll be again able to see the effect control panel, but for audio. Okay? There are two effect control panels. The first one is for visuals, which we already discussed. Jisme there is position, there is scale and all of these things. And now we have the second thing, which is for audio. Okay? So these two are the audio layers. Let me just select the music wala layer. Okay? If I don't select anything, there is no clip selected. If I select this audio over here, okay, then you have volume, channel volume and panel. Let's not discuss about channel volume and panel. Let's just discuss about volume over here. Okay? Even here, let's not discuss about bypass and all. Let's just discuss about levels. Okay? So basically, this minus 10 dB is the audio level that I set for music which is running behind the video. Okay? If I just keep it to 0, you'll be able to see a louder voice. If you just keep it to minus 10, you'll be able to see a lower volume. Okay? So this is it. This is the entire thing that you have to know as a beginner for, what is this? Effect control panels. Okay, now we have something interesting, right? That is keyframes. What is keyframes, Tarun? What are you talking about? Keyframes kya hota hai? So imagine you want to add animations, you want to add movement, you want to scale down, you want to scale up the footage, you want to basically play with the position and all of these things of the footage, or maybe you want to increase or decrease the audio levels based with reference to time. You need one thing in life which is called keyframes. And before we actually discuss about how do you add these keyframes and all of these things, what do you mean by keyframes and all, right? So the standard definition goes like this, like keyframes are nothing but points, okay, which fix a certain parameter, okay? Keyframes are nothing but points. Kya hota hai? Keyframes are nothing but points which can fix a certain parameter to a certain time frame, okay? A point which is dependent upon time. That is a keyframe. Now let's exactly get inside the Premiere Pro Kai interface and understand how do you do keyframes, how do you do animations, how do you, basically do all of that stuff. So let's just get inside this thing. So again, getting inside this effect controls wala panel, okay? The first one that you see on the top is position, right? But on the position, just beside it, you have this toggle animation, right? Basically, you have like a small timer wala thing, okay? I just consider it like a stopwatch wala thing, okay? Stopwatch ka symbol. So imagine you just click on it. What happened? You have a point over here, right? I'll just consider this like an initial point. So what this point does is at this point of time, okay? At this point of time, which is this, okay? Which is this, we have the position set to a proper time, okay? We have like a standard time and we have 960 and 480, which is x coordinate and y coordinate, fixed at this point of time, okay? Now imagine if I want to animate this, right? Which I want to slowly zoom inside, or like I want to slowly move this entire footage towards right side. So what I exactly do is I move this time, current time indicator. This is also called current time indicator. Okay? Time pay, which is dependent upon time. I'll just move it towards right. Okay? At this point of time, I want Tarun to be moved slowly towards right. Okay? While I was talking, I just moved it to this position. So what exactly happened here is at this point of time, okay, at this time indicator, at this keyframe, okay, we had the position of this footage to 960 into 480, and here when I came here it was at 1307, right? So what exactly happens when I play it back is you can also play it back from here. You can do from here or here. You can also play it from here. Okay. So when I was at this point, this Tarun who was there was in the center. Okay. When I moved him towards right, he moved to the right. Got it? So basically, you had like a movement. You had position dependent upon time, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is nothing but the keyframes. Got it? You have an initial time, you have an initial keyframe, and then you have a final keyframe. Okay? And you set any of the parameter. The parameter can be position, the parameter can be scale, the parameter can be audio if you're dealing with audio, the parameter can be basically a rotation. You can do any of the thing, you can animate any of the thing using keyframes. Okay? That is it. That is all that you have to know about keyframes. Samajh gaya? But let's get into examples. Okay? If I want to move Tarun from left to right, I had like a small animation. I initially, I'll just show it to you again. I'll just click on this. Okay? This action will delete existing keyframes. Do you want to continue? Yes, brother, continue. Okay? It deleted the keyframes. Now let me again go back, click here, toggle animation pe click kar diya. You had the initial keyframe, right? Now, to any other position, I'll just move it, and maybe basically I wanted Tarun to move to right side, right? So what I do, I just click on this and drag it to right. Okay? And once you play it, what exactly happens is Tarun will be slowly moving towards the right. Okay? This is one animation. You can have multiple keyframes, ladies and gentlemen. So imagine you have one more here. At this point of time, you wanted Tarun to be here, okay, left. So what happened is, initially Tarun was at center, and then Tarun moved left, and then Tarun moved right. Okay? Let's exactly see what exactly is happening here. Okay? Tarun goes left, Tarun is still going left, 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 and Tarun is going to the right. Right? Samajh gaya? Okay? So what is like the use of this, right? For example, I'll just remove all the keyframes. Keyframes remove ho gaya. So what is the use of this? Okay? One of the best test cases for this. Imagine Tarun is talking here. Okay? So what you had this text background added, but then it just directly pops into the screen. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to keyframe animate the position of this text background. You see the smooth effects which are coming? What I'll do is I'll go to the beginning point of this text animation. So basically if you see, it's just coming onto the screen, right? I don't want this to happen. What I want to happen is basically I want the text background to come inside the screen. So what I'll do, I'll go to the beginning point of this text background. Okay, this is the first point. I went here, and what I did, I don't want this text background to be there on the screen initially. I want it outside the screen. Okay, I want it to come from the top. So what I exactly do is I click on the position. Okay, you need to first click on the position, and basically I'll move it to the top. Okay, I'll basically move it to the place where it doesn't appear on the screen. Okay, and then I'll click here. Okay, I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is like a good number. Okay? At 8th position, after 8 frames, I want the entire text background to come onto the screen. Okay? So now what I'll do is I'll just click on y-axis because that's what we changed, right? I'll just click on it and get it back to normal. What is normal, ladies and gentlemen? This is a 960 wala pixels wala frame, right? So 960 ka half 480. Okay? You click 480. Click, you have this inside the frame entirely. Okay? So what exactly happened was, in the beginning you removed it. Okay? And after 8 frames you brought it back to the center. So now just see what exactly happened, right? So Tarun was talking and you have like a frame coming inside the screen. Got it? Now whatever the movement that you have is a linear movement, right? With the text background is coming inside the screen with a constant speed. Correct? We can also animate that a bit. We can also make it more smooth by using ease in and ease out animations, which Neeraj will be taking class about. But yeah, abhi ke liye let's just deal with normal keyframes and linear motion. Okay? Kya hota hai linear motion? If you're a science student, you know it. But if you're not a science student, for linear motion, basically we have acceleration 0. So the velocity will be constant, the speed will be constant, right? So One more good case about this thing is, imagine you want the text background to aa gaya, text background already came inside the frame. Now you imagine at this point of time you want to zoom inside the text background, right? What do? Again, you select the text background, you go to scale पे now click on the timer wall option, click it here, it is at 0. Okay, you want the animation to start from this point. You again move to like basically the end of it. Okay, at this point of time maybe you want it to 150 or 160. I clicked on 160. You click enter and you'll see a small keyframe developed over here. Just keep looking at here. I'm clicking on enter, you have one more keyframe over there. So what is happening at this point of time, we had the size to be 100, scale to be 100, and here you put it to 160. So what happens is from here to here, which is from here to here, basically from here to here, you can also change it here or here, it doesn't matter. So here the size was 100 and here you put it to 160. So now what you exactly see on this thing is, it comes inside the screen and then it starts zooming in, right? Got it? So these kind of animations can be done using this keyframes wala thing. Okay? Now let's also rotate this thing. Okay? So you got inside the screen, you zoomed in. Now let's rotate this entire thing. Okay? Maybe I'm expanding it a bit more. I'll just click on the text background. Now let me select this rotation. Select on rotation. Okay? Basically it was at 0 degrees, right? Now what I'll try to do is I'll go like 3 or 4 frames forward and maybe I'll rotate it to 40 degrees, right? So now what did you see, right? At this point of time, it was at 0 degrees, which means 0 rotation. Here it is 40 degrees, which means 40 degree rotation. So now see what exactly happened. You got the text background inside the screen, you zoomed in, then you rotated. That's how you do animations. Got it? I mean, we'll obviously learn how to make it smoother. How do you apply that, smooth ease in, smooth zoom in, all of these things later, but you got the point, right? You already started learning animations, right? And the same thing can also be done with audio, right? So imagine you have the audio here. Initially, we were using just G, right? G to adjust the gain, adjust all of these things. But what we'll do right now is we'll play with the, volume in terms of time, right? So basically most of the noob editors, most of the beginner editors, what they do is, agar maan lo, from this point to this point, if they want sound to be lesser, they'll cut it here, okay? Here they'll apply -5 or something, and imagine from this point onwards, they want this point onwards, I'll just apply a marker, okay? Imagine at this point from this point onwards, if they want a higher volume, they'll go here, they'll cut it, and then they'll click G and 10. So basically from here to here you had -5, but from here to here you had 10, right? But this will give you a very abrupt cut, right? Audio will directly increase, right? You just don't want that to happen. You want it to smoothen out, right? So again, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, okay? Everything is done. Imagine I want the audio to increase from at this point. Let me just add a marker so you have a clarity over here. Added a marker. So this is the point. This is the point when you want the audio to slowly increase, right? What you'll do is you'll slowly come thoda sa aage, right? And you'll get inside this effect control panel. Initially levels ka kuch keyframe nahi hoti hai. So what you do is you click on that level wala animation, okay? Level wala toggle animation, right? Basically a timer symbol, and you put it to -20, right? And you move a couple of frames ahead of it, and then you get it to 10. So what exactly happens here is, iska beginning, like before this point till this point, it will be -20, right? The audio level of this entire music will be -20, but from this point to this point, this will slowly start increasing from -20 to 10. So basically the audio level will keep increasing. Okay, I want you to open your Premiere Pro screen and also do it with me and also listen to it, because you'll be able to feel it, right? You shouldn't just be watching this, okay? And this is how you will have like a slow increase in the music levels, the audio levels in the screen by using keyframes, okay? You need to use keyframes whenever you are dealing with audio levels and all of these things. We'll have other ways also to do this, but yeah, this is like the basic, the most standard stuff to do it. Okay? If you miss the clarity or anything, okay, just rewatch this entire tutorial, because this thing, man, this is going to be very, 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 very important class for you. Like a very important class, because you learned about 2 things, which is effect control panel. For any of this, you have effect controls for visuals. You also have effect controls for audio layers. Audio, maybe just learned about levels, and then you learned about keyframes, how to do animations, how do you know, you can also try this. Okay, today's assignment is going to be very, very interesting because you have so many keyframe animation stuffs and all. So yeah, that is it, I guess. But now in next class we'll be talking about one more important thing, which is about how do you slowly zoom in, how do you slowly zoom out, and why do we even actually zoom in and zoom out, right? And at what point of time should you actually zoom in? Should you keep zooming and zooming and zooming and zooming? So you can't do it, right? Right? So in next class, we'll be talking about how, when, and how many times do you actually need to zoom in inside the footage? At what point of time do you actually need to zoom in inside the footage? And uske baad ka class mein, like the class after that, we'll be talking about how do you ease out these animations, right? This, whatever the movement that you had right now is a linear movement, right? Linear keyframe animations. But then you'll be talking about more important stuff. But for now, that is for today's class. This is class number 7. I guess you're already becoming a pro at the software. Just submit the assignment, man. This is going to be important. This is going to be interesting. Okay? I'll see you in the next class with zoom in and zoom out wala stuff. Uske baad we'll discuss about more. Okay? See you. Bye bye. Tada.